amateur hour. Gotta have our water. We're doing some intense yoga exercise. So yes, make sure you've got some water with you, because we might get a bit hot. We're not going to get as hot and sweaty as we usually do. You know, hi Jacob, how's it going? I think you're the only person I've got at the moment. Lawrence is here too. I'll shuffle over a little bit. Yes, George is ready to do some yoga. Excellent, George. So something he's going to make sure of is you're wearing clothes. You can stretch around in. You can do lots of movement in. If you're doing it and you don't have a mat, hi James Bond. He's ready for James Bond's ready for yoga. If you're doing it and you don't have a mat, that's fine. But if you're doing it on a carpet, make sure you're not wearing shorts, because I don't want you getting carpet burn on your knees. Because we do have quite a few that are. We're going to start off on the ground and we're going to do some standing poses. And last we need to make sure we're doing. If you are doing it and you're not wearing trainers, don't wear socks, because you might slip around and you might fall over. I don't want anyone to fall over. I don't know if smelly sock in my face. I don't know if I'd have to do an accident form, but I don't want to find out if one of you fell over doing this. So let's make sure we're not slipping around if you're just on a wooden floor. We're lucky we've got one mat, but there's one mat and there's two of us, so we'll see what happens there. Some of these you might need some help with. There's a bit of balancing, so if you find balancing a little bit hard, just ask someone around to help you. If it's a bit too hard, doesn't matter, just do what you can. Right, are we ready to go? I've had to put together a chilled out playlist for this one. And if we're doing yoga, there's only one person we can start with, everyone. It has to be a bit of Enya. You gotta have Enya for your yoga session. It'd be wrong not to have your Enya. So we're going to start off on the ground. The first pose we're doing is called the Happy Baby. Oh, one little disclaimer before we start actually. So we're doing yoga. There's a chance it will happen here. There's a chance it will happen at home. There's a chance there's going to be some farting. We just got to power through it. And just keep our noses closed. Okay, so first pose is our Happy Baby pose. So first thing you're going to get down on the ground. You're going to lie down on your back. I'll try and do it so you can all see. So there's space for you on the mat as well. Oh, you can't quite see me on Instagram. There you go. Hi Instagram. So we're going to lie down flat, nice and relaxed. And then what you're going to do is you're going to bring up your knees, 1, 2, up to here, up to your chest. If you can get them all the way up, that's great. If you can't, just go there. Go wherever you feel comfortable with. And then what you're going to do is try and grab your feet and then rock backwards and forwards. Are you okay? It's a bit stretchy, so you got to make sure you're taking your time. Oh, it does hurt your back a little bit, doesn't it? But you got to act like a happy baby. If you don't like going backwards and forwards, maybe you could try going from side to side to the sweet dulcet tones of Enya, making this all a little bit more mystical for us all. Hey, Daniel's here. I hope you're on the floor like a little happy baby, Daniel. Now, can you guys feel the stretch? Can you feel a little stretch? I can feel it in my abdomen, which is about here. I can feel a stretch about here. If you guys can feel a stretch, you can't tell me about it because you're going to be on the floor with your hands on your feet. But when you do get back up, oh, tell me what you're feeling. Oh, and then when you're done with that and you want to stretch back out onto the floor, do it nice and slowly. If we go too fast, we might hurt ourselves. So we're just going to take our time. Shuffle down. Shuffle down. Ah! Okay. Does everyone feel happy, like a happy little baby? I hope you do. Because next up, we've got a more of a painful one. We did this in our warm-up last week, actually. So we're going to come up nice and slowly, and we're going to sit on our bums. Okay, the next pose we're going to do is called the butterfly pose. I've always known it as the butterfly stretch, but now it's a pose. So what you're going to do is you're going to sit on your bum. You can have your legs up like this. You're going to put one foot against the other foot, like that. So it's almost like you're shaking hands with your feet. They're touching, toes touching your toes, your heel touching your heel. What's this bit called?
Ball of your foot.
The ball's touching the ball. We're doing yoga, it might happen. And you're going to just then try and put your legs down towards the ground. Don't push them, just let them go down like that. You're going to feel a real stretch in the old inner thigh kind of region. Now, it says in the instructions I looked at to try and slightly flap your wings, like these are a butterfly's wings. That's why it's called the butterfly pose. Now, if you don't feel comfortable doing that, don't. It's very important that you don't bounce up and down. It's just got to be your legs. Your back should be nice and straight, as should your neck. It doesn't give you any instruction for your hands, really. You can just do what you want with them. You can try and flap those as well if you want. Oh. But yeah, this is you should be feeling a real old stretch. If you want to give it a try and push your knees as far down as you can. But nice and gently. Don't try and force them down. Just gently push them towards the ground. Oh, yeah. Okay, once you've done that, you can bring your legs slowly up. Give them rest. If you need to give them a bit of a shake, give them a bit of a shake. Give them a bit of a shake, you can, in whatever funky way you choose to do so. And then we're going to try and do it again. Okay, feet together and push your knees, well not push, but let your legs slowly go down to the sides. Oh, I feel that stretch. And again, try and give them a little flap like a butterfly. I'm going to give myself a little butterfly antlers. I don't know who's laughing, but someone's laughing at me. It's Tommy Wright, of course it is. I hope you're doing some yoga, Tommy. You get down on that floor, Tommy, and you show me some yoga. Oh. Alright, up we come, nice and slowly. Just going to see what people are saying. I've got a little something in the way, so I can't see what people are saying. Oh. Katie's on her way back from work, so she's doing some yoga in the streets. Jake has got the same mat as us, the mat of kings, of course. Okay, we're ready for pose number 3. I've got 13 poses for us all to do. I don't understand because the website I was looking at said 14 poses. Don't know what the one I've missed out is. I've checked through it and I can't see what it possibly could be. But there we go. Tommy is saying, what am I doing? We're doing some yoga, Tommy. And by we, I mean you and me, Tommy. Get involved. Okay, next thing we're going to do is we're going to lie down flat on our tummies. We're going to lie down nice and flat. Oh, let's stretch back a little bit so you can see me on Instagram. Because Tommy really needs to see what's happening. You're going to go face down. Then you're going to take your hands. Put one either side of your head nice and flat on the ground. Then I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, and you're slowly going to push up like that. This is called the upward facing dog. Make sure you're stretching out your legs, so try and point your toes nice and straight. Oh. Feeling that? I'm feeling it too. Again in the abdomen, working out abs. I'm going to get a sweet six-pack out of this, am I right? No? I'm not right. Well, yes. And then when you come back down, do it nice, slow, and controlled. I don't want you smashing your face in on the ground. Take some deep breaths. Try not to fall asleep. And again. Oh, what a banger. Now this is yoga music, am I right? Ready? We're going to come back up. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Up we go. 4. Some things say to try and focus on something. So on my wall there's a picture, and I'm focusing on that. The little seahorse. I'm focusing on the little seahorse in the picture on our wall. You probably don't have that. But if you do, it's a good thing to focus on. And then you're going to come back down nice and slow. I bet you're all thinking, bet we're not doing that again. Guess what? You're wrong. We are going to do it again. But it's the last time. Are we ready? 3, 2, 1. Yes. Let the 80s phenomenon Berlin be your, your motivation. Oh, yeah. Another thing I saw this on, call it the Cobra pose, which is a lot cooler. So you can call yourself a cobra or a upward facing dog. It's up to you. And down. Nice and slow. Let me take some big breaths. What have we got next? We're going to stay. We're not going to be on our bellies, but our belly is going to be towards the ground. We're going to come up onto our knees. And then you're going to put your hands nice and flat. Make sure they're underneath your shoulders. And so you can see on Instagram. You're going to make sure your knees are underneath your hips. And then you've got to make your back and your neck nice and straight. This is called a tabletop. Now, if any parents are sat there whilst their young people or their adults are doing this pose, this is a good chance to get a plate, pop it on their back, and maybe have a nice little snack whilst they act as your little table. Or if it's near a sofa, pop your feet up. You got to keep it nice and straight. This is a nice relaxing one. I don't really feel too much going on. But it's just a nice one to kind of stretch out after doing that difficult, whatever it was called. Upward facing dog. Arrgh! So this is our tabletop. Keeping your neck nice and straight, lined up with your back. Make sure your arms are underneath your shoulders and your knees are underneath your waist. I think mine are. Oh, I know what the 14th one was. Oh, I've just remembered it. It's a tricky one. But before that, we're going to go into something called the child's pose. Apparently this is what children do. What we're going to do is you're going to bring your bum back up to your feet. You're going to just sit there and you're just going to bring your head down to the ground Now with your arms, you can do a couple of things. You can stretch them out. If you feel like stretching out your shoulders, stretch them out. Or you can just let them drop behind you if you like. But this is a relaxing pose apparently. So this is just when you need a little bit of a rest, to rest your muscles, you could do that. Unless you want to work them, then stretch out your thing. Keep your neck nice and comfortable. Don't try and strain it too much. Don't let anyone get hurt. I'm trying to keep it in my head, in between where my, what would you call these, elbow pits? The elbow pits? Keep it nice in between your elbow pits. It's a good life lesson for you all. Oh, okay. Oh, how's that feeling, everyone? Oh, the Hendies are here. Hi, Hendies. Gergo's knees hurting, so he can't join in with the yoga, but he loves watching us do yoga. Wow, some of it won't use your knee, so later on we'll do some standing up ones. It's just using, ooh, careful. It's just using your arms. You can join with those ones, Gergo. So look forward to doing those ones a little bit later. Now, this next one, I haven't written it down, but I've remembered it. And I remember it looking complicated. So, this will be fun, won't it? This next one's called the frog. So what we're going to do is come back down to lying flat on the ground. And what you're going to do is you're going to spread your legs apart like that. Yeah? You okay? And then it's a bit like the upward facing dog or the cobra, but what we're going to do, we're also going to put our hands out a little bit further, and then we're going to push up. And apparently we're like a frog now. If you want, you can bend your knees. We have a Compass member called Michael who always turns me into a frog, so if he gets to see this, he's gonna love it. Oh, crikey. Okay, I don't think we're doing that one again. That was either A, we did it wrong, or B, just very uncomfortable. Oh, okay. Whew. We're going to do our happy baby pose again. So we're going to come round. If you need a sip of water. Cheers. Exposure is my t-shirt riding up a little bit. Sorry guys, it's part of the show. So we're going to lie on our back. Hi Jade. I hope you're ready to get on the floor. We're going to do our happy baby pose. We did this earlier, but we're going to do it again. So you lie on your back. And then you're going to try and bring your knees up as high as possible. If you can get them to your chest, great stuff. And with your hands, you can try and grab your feet. Oh. If it hurts your back a bit, maybe move your knees a little bit lower and just bring your hands to your shins. You want to try and do a little gentle rocking. Make sure it's gentle. I don't want you banging your head against the floor or hurting your back. You can. But if you're feeling brave and getting up to your chest, give it a try. Get your hands on your feet. Now, I mentioned earlier that sometimes with yoga there's a high risk of farting. And if any pose is going to do it, this is going to be the one. It's why babies fart so much, and probably why they're so happy about it. Oh, I'm really feeling this one. Wow, my legs hurt. And then when you've finished, nice and slowly bring them down. Now we're going to sit back on our bums again. Now this one's a bit like the butterfly pose we did earlier, but a little bit more complicated, maybe. So what you're going to do, this one's called the flower pose. What you're going to do is going to try and lift up your legs like this, and then put your hands underneath to hold them up. This doesn't count towards our flower finding challenge for this next week. So don't send me photos of this, because having to see it myself in the screen is horrifying enough. So see if you can do it, and then slowly bring them back down. Ooh. Take a big breath if you need one. And again. I'm not really doing yoga, I'm messing about. How dare you? I looked these up on a website an hour ago. I know what I'm doing. Jacob Kerr. It's just bitter because they're beating up FIFA still. Ready, we're going to do it again. Ready, 3, 2, 1. Oh, we're going to bring these up. Remember, if you know a yoga pose, try and describe it in the comments, and we'll give it a go if it makes sense and is not involving me putting my leg behind my arm or my head between my toes. Oh, bring it back down. Whew. If you don't think this is real yoga, Jacob, I hate to think what you find challenging, because my body hurts. All right. I think that's all of our ground poses done. So we're going to move to our standing poses. So if you're on the floor, don't be, stand up. Whilst I adjust the cameras. YouTube's a bit behind, but no one's even watching it, so it doesn't really matter. The problem now is my instructions are on the floor. I can't read them. Whoops. Okay, we're going to do our standing ones now. We're going to start with something called the extended mountain pose. So you're going to stand up nice and tall, back straight, neck straight. You're going to bring your arms up and reach up as high as you can. You can't quite see me in this, so you can see Florence's hands. What we're going to do is we're going to bring our hands together like that. Oh. This t-shirt's a little bit small for me, I think. Whoop. Hopefully that will save you all that horror. So hands together, yeah, nice and tall. See how tall you can make yourself. Try and make yourself as tall as a mountain. I've got a friend who's as tall as a mountain. His name's Ben. Ben Nevis. Hey. Alright guys, are you feeling this? Whoa, so this is one Gurger you can join in, doesn't hurt your knee. All you have to do is stand up, make sure your feet are together as well, and just try and stretch your arms up as much as possible. You should be feeling a stretch in your arms. I know I am. Oh. And then when you're ready, you're going to slowly bring your arms down, and as you do it, you're going to take a big breath in, like this. Ready? 3, 2, 1. And then down. You need to give your arms a bit of a shake. You probably do. You probably do, so give them a good old shake. Okay, next we're going to make ourselves into a tree. So we've done a mountain, now we're going to be a tree, something that's a little bit shorter. Now this is what Gurgo might find a little bit difficult with your knee, but if you want to try and just use your hands, you can. So, what we're going to do, we're going to stand on one leg, and you're going to bring your other foot, and it can either be against, that depends how hard you want to make it. It can be against your ankle, if you want something a little bit easier, or you can bring it up to your thigh. If you're in the middle, if you're feeling you really want a challenge, you can get up to your knee, and then you're going to bring your hands together, almost like you're saying a prayer. Whoa. If need some help with some balance, ask someone to help you. Or if there's a chair or a table or something like that nearby, you can use that to help you as well. So if balance is something you find difficult, alright guys, we've got some Mongolian throat singing. Now tell me what's more yoga than that. Okay, and we're going to slowly bring that leg down. Oh. But guess what? We're now going to do it again with the other leg. So you're going to bring that other leg up. This is the one I'm not as well balanced on, I think. Oh. Here we go. You need a hand. Just pop your hand on the shoulder. There you go. You can use other people's shoulders, chairs, tables. You can even use a wall if you need a little help with your balance. There we go. Gotta try and make sure your back and your neck are nice and straight. You can keep your leg under your hip, which I haven't managed to quite do. You can try and rearrange it. There we go. That's even better. There we go. Way! I'm losing my balance. Hope no one's falling over. Oh, and then slowly bring your leg back down. I just fell. That's why my leg went so quickly. Woo! Right, let's just go have a quick look, see what's going on. Hi, Charmaine. Hi, Lloyd. Katie's back now, so Katie's going to start doing some yoga, I assume. Now she's home, even though she's just finished a long day work. She's got to get straight on that yoga mat. Okay, next one. It's called the eagle pose. It's kind of a bit like the tree. We've gone on a bit of a journey as well. So we've gone for a mountain, and then we found a tree, and in that tree we have an eagle. So you're going to wrap one leg around the other, like that. So you're going to wrap them, and then, can you hear the Mongolian throat singing, everyone? It's as yoga as it gets. So you're going to wrap one leg around the other, and you're going to slightly bend your knees, slight bend, and then you're going to bring out your arms like this, and you're going to interweave them like that, just like an eagle does. Weave your arms. I don't know how, I'm going to bring it close just so you can all see it, how my arms are interwoven like that. Can you see? This is how my arms are. So, yeah, you're basically wrapping everything. You're wrapping your legs, give them a little bend, and wrapping your arms as well. So you might have started by putting your right leg around your left leg, and your left arm around it. So what you're going to do is you're going to come out, and you're going to swap them around, do it the other way around. I can't quite remember how my arms were. Well, there's a few different ways like that. There you go. So it says, bring out your arms with them bent, and then wrap them around each other. You might feel a bit of a stretch in your, almost like the hip area, and a bit of a stretch. At least I'm feeling in my forearms. I don't know what the official word for forearms is. Ooh. Your forceps. No? What are forceps? That's like tongues. There's like tongues. Maybe that's what I call forceps. I like forceps. I don't know. Alright guys, you're going to tap in to your warrior spirit. Now apparently in yoga, there's lots of different warrior poses. Now I'm going to show you two options. So, there's one, it's called the warrior, but I saw it and I thought, that's the surfboard. So all you're going to do is you're going to bring one knee out, and one arm back like that, and you're going to bring up your arms like that, like you are surfing. And then you're going to go backwards and forwards. Jacob said we're messing about. I mean, come on now, Jacob. Now, That's one way you can do it if you're not feeling so confident about this second way, because this next way needs quite a bit of balance. And I've not tried it, so let's see what happens. Someone's saying hello. Ah, brilliant. Go feeling involved. Okay. Okay, so you're going to stand on one leg. You're going to bend over. And you're going to stretch your arms out and stretch your leg out like that. So this is option 2. So this is called the warrior pose number 3. But if that's a bit hard, just go for the surfboard one, which is, I assume, you can go and try warrior pose number 3. Can't quite see us on Instagram. I'm going to step back and you can see Florence really well. Just to put the spotlight on you there.
Oh, yeah.
As I said, if you're finding that one a bit difficult, go for the surfer man. No, wipeout. Surfing. Right. What is next? Oh, it's the hard one. So this one is called the dancing Shiva. And it's the one which I saw, I was like, uh-oh, I don't know if I could do that, but we're going to give it a try. This is another one that involves standing on one leg. But we're going to start by first putting our arms up like this. Like you're, I don't know, what's something you would do like this? You're about to start doing the Y, it's like you're doing the YMCA. You're doing your Y. And what you're going to do then is going to take one leg and you're going to put it just over your knee. And now here comes the really difficult bit. You've got to bend your leg like you're sitting down. Oh, and this is called the dancing Shiva. Probably because you're trying to keep your balance. Or she was doing the YMCA. Oh, crikey. Oh, I'm feeling this one, guys. Woo. Remember, if you need some help, just grab someone, grab a chair, grab a table. They will be able to help you stay balanced. So what you have to try to do is imagine you're sitting down, like you're sitting in a chair, or you're sitting on the toilet. Bend that leg. Oh, and when you're done with that, come up nice and slowly. Probably give your leg a shake after that one. Whew. Guess what? We're going to do it again, but we're going to swap legs. Alright, are we ready? So you're going to put your arms up. Put one foot over your knee. And then you got to pretend you're sitting down. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm there. I'm balanced. Oh, this is a tricky one. I'd be impressed. If anyone's doing this one and someone's nearby with a camera, ask them to take a photo of you and send it to me, because I'd love to see people trying this one. Remember, jack@yellowsubmarine.org.uk. Oh, I didn't do it slowly that time. Make sure you do it slowly. I didn't do that the right way. Oh, give your leg a bit of a shake. Wow, guys, we've only got a couple more poses left and we're done. Press ups, Jacks. We're doing yoga today, Lloyd. Daniel says I'm the yoga master. I wouldn't go that far, Daniel. Right. So, our next pose is kind of a bit like the mountain. We're going to stand up nice and straight, keep our feet together. We're going to bring our hands up. We're going to put our hands to our sides. And then we're going to bring our hands up. Meet them in the middle. Bring them down to your chest like this. And this is called salutation to the sun. So I guess you're supposed to be like, nice one, son. Good job, son. So whatever, thanks you want to say to the sun. We mean the big thing in the sky, not the newspaper. We have nothing to thank the newspaper for. go. I think you're really supposed to do this one at the end, but I like the idea of doing the next one at the end. Make sure you're keeping your neck and back really straight. And let your arms go down. Okay. Now the last one, really easy, and it's a nice way to finish it. It's how I like to finish doing our regular workout as well. So you're going to stand, legs apart, nice gap. You're going to slowly bend down. Slowly, and then you're just going to let your arms flop. Just let them sway. And this is called the standing forward bend. And it's a good way of just being nice and relaxed after you've done lots of stretching, after you've been exercising. There we go. So yeah, obviously the poses we've done today are very like beginner poses. We're not doing anything too difficult because A, I'm not a yoga instructor, and B, my old bones can't handle it. So these are all beginner ones, so you can do this with us anytime in the week. So just come back on Facebook or on YouTube, whichever. Watch it again and do it along. Or if you just remember the poses, it's a nice thing to do in the morning when you've woken up and kind of stretching and getting ready for the day. Or before you go to bed. Whatever you like. It's just a nice way of exercising, not getting too hot and sweaty, but still stretching those muscles. And it's a nice calm exercise to do. Whew. Hope everyone enjoyed that. Oh. Side stretches. Yeah, so that's right, Mario Kart tomorrow. So if anyone does have a pose they want to suggest before we go, I'm more than happy to do a pose if anyone has suggestions and they can describe how to do it. Some side stretches. Oh. I'm going to assume are ones like this. We're just going to bring our hand. I'm sure this is a yoga pose as well. It seems yoga-y. Yeah, I'm going to just try and bring that up. Uncalled for. So yeah, bring it over. Nice and stretchy around. Oh, if you're lucky, you can do a real big stretch if someone's trying to tickle you. Outrageous. And then you can do it this way around. I'm very excited about this one. Especially I know this person reacts quite intensely to being tickled. Let's go. Stretch it around. Stretch it over. Stretch it out. Can't reach that far, you're lucky. I'm like, told you it was quite intense. Right, yeah, stretch it over. Stretch it over. Nice side stretch. Right. Right again, thank you for that suggestion, Daniel. Hope everyone enjoyed yoga. As Lloyd has just said in the comments, he's very right. We have Mario Kart on the Switch tomorrow. I'll post out the friend code and stuff. And yeah, thanks very much. Loving seeing all your birds that you've sent in. And yeah, remember now our new challenge is to take as many photographs of different flowers as you can when you go out for your walks or in your garden. But remember, the flower pose doesn't count. Alright, enjoy the rest of your... What day is it? Thursday! It's the Thursday. And I shall see you all tomorrow.